got another Sulley review for you. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Lizzie and I'm a Disney Plush collector from the UK. And today I am here with a very exciting Disney Plush review, and you might know what it is by my Monsters University shirt that is very wet because my hair is taking ages to dry this morning. It's just so cold, so it's not drying as quick, so I apologise for the wet hair. But recently, Build-A-Bear announced in the US, it was actually while I was in Disneyland Paris, and if you didn't catch those vlogs, I'll leave a card up above, that they were re-releasing their Sulley plush. I believe they used to do this plush probably around the same time as Monsters University, and my friend Chloe showed me and I was like, oh no, I don't know how I would get a Build-A-Bear from the US. Build-A-Bear is very difficult, I find, because I would rather get it myself than have it picked up by someone. So I was a bit panicky about that. And then when I came back from Paris, I went to my local store where my friend works, and she did in fact tell me that the UK were getting it, so I calmed down a little bit. It was going to be a day when I was at work, so she said she could possibly put one aside for me just in case. So when everyone started telling me that it had released online, I was like, I already knew, but I couldn't tell you in my plush highlight on my Instagram, lizeindisney, because I'm not sure it was meant to be like told to me or anything. But yes, I knew for sure for just under a week that we were getting it when we were. So it released on a Thursday, which is one of my office days. I went home, I ate, and then I went straight to Build-A-Bear. He was waiting for me behind the till, but he wasn't stuffed or anything, so we took him to be stuffed. And this is the thing I love about Build-A-Bear. It's a very personal experience. When I was a teenager / a young adult, I would always buy online because I found the whole process of Build-A-Bear embarrassing at that time. But going in now, I just kind of push through if I feel any judgment, which I usually don't. I always ask the staff if I can film them stuffing the plush for me, because it's one of those things where you're kind of doing it, but it's not you at the same time, so it's something that I feel like I need to ask. And the staff member this time said that no one had ever asked him, and that broke my heart because he's at work, he shouldn't be made to feel uncomfortable. You should always check that someone's comfortable with being filmed doing their job. And he was great, he checked that I liked how it was stuffed and everything. I didn't get any clothes. I do kind of think he's too big for clothes, but we shall see. I do have some Build-A-Bear clothes out, so we can actually test that. But this is the first Build-A-Bear I've got since my Turning Red video, which was 6 or 7 months ago now, so if you haven't seen that, I will leave a card up above. I have wanted some, but I have been kind of using all my money on Main Attraction and Collectors Club, and obviously Sulley is a no-brainer for me. I didn't get Mike at the time because they both released a full week before I'm paid, so I might get Mike. But as you can see from my Sulley collection, Mike isn't really a priority. And on the subject of Sulley collections, I'm going to put this video in my Sulley collection folder, but I've kind of stopped doing my Sulley collection now because I know that once me and Joe move out together, all of our Sulleys will become one big collection, and it would probably just be easier if I spent an entire day doing one big Sulley collection rather than parts, because I lose track of what I've shown you and then I have to go back and re-watch all of those videos to work out what I've shown you. And I do appreciate that collection videos are better when it's the whole collection, like when I counted my plush collection, which I will probably have to do when I move, because it's just one of those things that my collection is ever growing. I very rarely part with things. I am obviously parting with duplicates of things, like duplicate munchlings, duplicate wishables, but that is about it. But it does mean that you haven't seen another Sulley plush that I got recently, which is the Sulley weighted plush. This was picked up from America because it wasn't available in the UK. I have had a few messages about it, but it is best just to contact pickup accounts, actual pickup accounts, not just people on holiday. And, you know, Double Box Toys have it, but for quite a big fee. So if you want it, there are ways of getting it, but you might just want to hold out hope that the UK get it. But back to my Sulley Build-A-Bear, he was £29, which I thought was really reasonable. And the day I found out we were getting him, I'd actually gone in to get the Build-A-Bear advent calendar. So because I'd spent a certain amount, you could get a £10 gift voucher for £5, so I did that. And I've done it again with the Sulley purchase, just in case I get Mike. But I also have my eye on the ET, I have my eye on some of the others as well, so I think it's a good deal to get that if you definitely know that you're going to shop with Build-A-Bear again. And it lasts for 2 years as well. So this is the Build-A-Bear Sulley. I've had him done so he's still squishy. When I've bought them online in the past, they've been quite firm, which is why I've had to make my peace with actually going in the store. I think these places are a lot more used to adult plush collectors than they were when I was in my teens and when I was at university and things. So you don't get asked as much now who you're buying for, and you don't get the kind of question like, why are you buying clothes for a bear? Because I always go in to buy clothes because they fit the Duffy bears. So his arms stick out quite a lot, but I'm sure they will go down. He's a really, really big Build-A-Bear. I would say he is probably bigger than the Panda May, which was my last one. And he's just so adorable. I have a tag on him that says he's for Lizzie. I didn't tell them how I spell Lizzie, but they spelt it the way I spell it at work anyway, which is absolutely fine. So I thought he was really good for the price. He hasn't got a stamp per se, but he's got a sticker that says Disney Pixar Monsters Inc. I am regretting not getting Mike the more and more I go on about it, but I think I would have gone really silly with Mike and had him done very firm so he was almost like a ball, because that's like what Mike is basically. But as you can see from my Sulley collection, I have very few Mikes, so I'm not that bothered about getting him, but he was £22, which again I thought was reasonable. He's got a very large tail and all of these scales on his back, which is why I don't think he will fit into the outfits, but let's just give it a go. I'm going to go with the Build-A-Bear Halloween outfit that I bought for Duffy for Disneyland Paris. There is actually a hole for the tail, which is why I'm thinking it might work, but it might not. Sulley isn't really meant to be dressed anyway. I have no Sulleys that have outfits on. No, it is not looking likely. I've got one leg on so far. Oh no. Yeah, no. So the clothes don't fit him because he big, he chunky, he thick. But I thought I would give it a go for you, because when I'm doing a plush review, I try to kind of brainstorm what would be the questions someone watching this video would ask. So I make sure I get the price, I talk about the process, and then Build-A-Bear is known for its clothes, so will they fit him? And no, they do not. But who wants to actually dress him up anyway? I mean, he would have looked good in a suit. He could have come to my wedding, but I love him exactly how he is. He's just a very, very chunky boy. The Build-A-Bear employee that stuffed him for me did comment that he doesn't look a lot like Sulley, but I did show him the Sulley mountain, which he was quite shocked by, and say, I've got plenty of Sulleys that do not look like him, do not look anything like him. I mean, you can see the Primark one just there that looks nothing like him. but I love his fur. It's very soft and fluffy. It's a lot like the slippers that I got from Disneyland Paris, which you will see in my haul. And I think he's big enough that Stitch might not have tried to steal him. If they're about that high, Stitch thinks they're for him, but the quite big things he doesn't try to steal from me. But they let me put a wish in. I didn't really have anything to wish for because everything is just going so well for me at the moment. But now that it's come true, I can tell you that when I made my May back in March or April, I wished for a dog when they asked me to make a wish on the heart. And I obviously have Stitch now. So if they ever ask you to make a wish on the heart before you put it into the plush, don't scoff at it, because it doesn't hurt to wish. If it doesn't come true, it doesn't come true. But I believe in putting the good energy out there when you're able to. So wish on your birthday candles, wish on the hearts that go into the bears, wish on the wishbone if you're into that, but make sure you always take an opportunity to put some good energy out into the world. But this is my Sulley Build-A-Bear. I absolutely love him. I'm not aware of him being limited edition or anything, but if you want him, definitely consider getting him, and maybe the Mike as well, because Mike will probably get lonely if a load of people go and get the Sulley. And please, Build-A-Bear, actually bring out a big suit for him. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below letting me know whether you got it. Thank you to everyone who let me know that it was out. I am honoured that when you see something Sulley, you think of me, because there are plenty of other Sulley collectors out there, so I appreciate that you think of me. That is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on Friday for another one. Bye friends!